Hey race fans, ever wondered what it's like when a reigning champion starts feeling the heat? Welcome to the saga of Max Verstappen in 2024 Formula 1 season, where even leaders feel like they're chasing shadows. This story kicks off at a critical juncture, the Hungarian Grand Prix, a weekend that was supposed to mark a turning point for Red Bull with their biggest car upgrade of the year. But instead of triumph, it turned into a tale of frustration and radio rants. Let's dive into how a hopeful weekend turned sour, revealing the cracks in a team struggling to keep its edge. The stage was set for something spectacular. Red Bull rolled out significant changes to their car, aiming to reclaim dominance over recent challenges. But as the race unfolded, the narrative twisted unexpectedly. McLaren's rising star, Oscar Piastri, stole the spotlight with a dazzling victory, his first in Formula 1. Leading his teammate Lando Norris across the finish line. Meanwhile, Max Verstappen, a driver known for his relentless pursuit of victory, found himself mired in a mess of miscommunications and mechanical misfits. From the get-go, Max expressed concerns. He had been vocal about the limitations of his car, particularly its incredibly stiff ride. This wasn't a problem when Red Bull had a clear performance advantage, as they could trade off some aerodynamic efficiency without losing the lead. But with rivals like McLaren closing the gap, every fraction of speed became critical. The Hungarian track, known for its bumps and curves, did not play well with the Red Bull RB20 setup, making it a weekend of compromise and caution. Max's frustration was palpable. He warned in interviews before the race that not everyone at Red Bull was on the same wavelength regarding the team's situation. It seemed over the top for a driver leading the championship by a hefty margin and part of a team still ahead in the constructor standings. But as the weekend progressed, it became clear why he was worried. The car's performance was underwhelming, and despite the updates, it felt all too familiar, a tricky beast that was hard to tame. On qualifying day, the scenario worsened. Max pushed his cars to the limits, but the lap times just didn't come. Even with the benefit of fresh tires, he couldn't match Norris's pace, who set a blistering pole position. The upgrades, especially the dramatic change to the engine cover bodywork, the most visible shift in any 2024 car, hadn't delivered as promised. And as the race kicked off, Max's challenges mounted. Imagine the scene, Max briefly overtaking Norris at the first turn, only to use the runoff area and being instructed to give back the position or face a penalty. From there, it was a downhill spiral into a series of heated exchanges over the radio. His growing irritation was broadcast for all to hear, criticizing the team's strategy and even clashing with his race engineer over how to handle defensive maneuvers from competitors like Lewis Hamilton. The low point came with a risky move on Hamilton, where Max's attempt to overtake resulted in a lockup and near collision, a moment that seemed to encapsulate his entire weekend. High stakes, high stress, and high drama. The stewards decided not to penalize either driver, but the incident left a mark on Max's reputation as a cool-headed racer. But what's going on behind the scenes? Red Bull's engineers, led by Chief Engineer Paul Monohan, had been optimistic about the new upgrades. They hoped the redesigned bodywork and improved aerodynamics would give Max the edge he needed. Yet, the reality on the track was different. The car was still sensitive, still demanding, and Max was fighting it at every corner. As we look forward to the rest of the season, Red Bull is not just fighting to stay ahead in the races, but also grappling with internal dynamics and strategic decisions. The next race at Spa is looming, and it's crucial for the team's morale and championship hopes. The changes to the car's bodywork intended to improve cooling and downforce will be tested again, but with different configurations tailored to each upcoming track. A bold, almost desperate strategy to regain dominance. Meanwhile, Max's rivals are not just catching up, they're starting to pull ahead. McLaren's resurgence is a clear and present danger, and Mercedes isn't far behind, with their engineers working tirelessly to overcome their own challenges. Even Ferrari, despite being out of the top contenders for now, is lurking in the background, waiting for a chance to strike. So, what does all this mean for Max and Red Bull? It's a narrative of resilience and adaptation, of a team and a driver pushed to their limits, and of a championship that might slip away if they can find a way to harness their car's full potential. Max's early season victories are now shadows cast by the looming doubts of mid-season struggles. Each race has become not just a battle for points, but a test of spirit and strategy. The 2024 Formula 1 season has taken an unexpected turn, with Red Bull's dominance being challenged by resurgent rivals like McLaren and Mercedes. Max Verstappen, the reigning champion, finds himself in unfamiliar territory as he fights to maintain his position at the top of the standings. With 11 races remaining, the stakes have never been higher. Red Bull's rivals have closed the gap, and any misstep from Verstappen or his team could prove costly. The upcoming Spanish Grand Prix at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya will be a crucial test, as the demanding track conditions and tire wear will put the team's strategies to the test. Red Bull remains the favorite, having won 21 out of 22 races last season, and with Verstappen securing 19 of those victories. The team from Milton Keynes has also revealed their 2024 challenger, the RB20, and their 20th season launch event. However, the competition is closer than ever, and rivals are eager to capitalize on any weaknesses in Red Bull's performance. The unpredictable nature of Formula 1 means that anything can happen in the remaining races. Verstappen and Red Bull will need to be at their best to fend off the challenges from McLaren, Mercedes, and Ferrari. The battle for the championship is sure to go down to the wire, with each race offering the potential for dramatic twists and turns. As fans, we can only sit back and enjoy the roller coaster ride that is the 2024 Formula 1 season. With the stakes higher than ever and the competition fiercer than ever, the world of Formula 1 remains as thrilling and unpredictable as ever. With each race, the plot thickens and the question remains: can Max and Red Bull recalibrate and reclaim their former glory? Or will this season be a harsh lesson in the volatility of motorsport supremacy?